Right now we are here in the seance room. I had my back facing away from this doorway, and it sounded like somebody was making their way towards me. Ah! What? Stop. So I thought it would be a good idea for us to do an Esses method here at the table. Now, at one point in time, other investigators were doing an Esses method here, or a spirit box session, and they had gotten Hail Satan. So we have River under right now, doing the Esses method, and also he has the goggles that will show us images if these spirits want to show us what they want. With all of that being said, let's see if we can find some answers. Whoever was making noises here in this room, if you are around us, we are using a technique that should give you a better ability to use your words. All you need to do is talk through the guy that I am pointing at. If you don't remember, his name is River. If you can let us know that you are here, we will know. He also has a device that'll give you the ability to show us images.
Yeah.
Who are you?
A child.
Child.
What's your name? Do you have one?
I just got a really creepy hallway that looks like a hallway to a cathedral, a basement. Portal, oh my god.
I was just gonna say, like a vortex or something.
Is that what you see when you come through?
Passage.
Passage.
It's supposed to be that painting in there. So they think, anyway.
Where are you right now?
Between it. Whoa!
Between? Are you using this portal?
Little kid just said hi.
This child. Were you the one who knocked down the ball?
Are you Matthew?
Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that was like a whistle or something?
Wasn't.
Wasn't.
Me.
So it was somebody else. Was it the entity? The one that we've been trying to come in contact with?
Do you know what we speak of?
Oh my god. Said dead, he said.
Dead.
Wait. Earlier, after the ball fell,
I died here.
it said, I died right here, but also at something about the dead when it said worthless again.
Something about this land.
Is that how this entity got here? Is it because the land is cursed?
Cursed.
Double cursed?
Wait, is that in the same spot?
I think so. It's in the other two rooms.
Whoever that is, can you come over here, please?
I was pointing that way because I saw light,
Oh.
right? And
Scratched, pushed.
can you come in here, please? River just says scratched, and it says I'm behind you now. Hi!
Hello.
Whoa, okay.
That gave me the chills.
Can you speak into this, please? This device I'm pointing at. I'll put it right here. Are you planning on harming one of us?
There's also this,
Knocking? That was knocking? Grab that doll. I have an idea also. We're gonna go ahead, pause real quick. I'm just gonna go ahead and stick this here. Did you just hear that? It's not calibrating anymore. Hang on, we'll see. If at any point in time you'd like to make that music go again, move in front of it.
Okay.
Okay. Did you also hear the whistle right before he said okay?
yeah, I keep hearing that.
I understand there's a lot of devices around right now, and it might be overwhelming. Don't be afraid. It's okay. You said you're behind one of us? I don't know if you're talking about me, or you're talking about River, or Wyatt. The reason why all of these devices... You should stay. We are going to stay. Are you going to give us some answers? Is that why you want us to stay?
Do you see the lights going crazy?
Yeah, they're just flickering. What about this doll here on the table? James.
Oh.
Hi, James.
Scary. She scares me.
She scares me. The doll.
Is that what they were talking about this whole time?
Whoa!
Are you talking about the doll here? Or another spirit? Remember, they think that this doll has some sort of attachment.
Or two.
And might be responsible for some of the bad things that have happened to people.
Yeah. Is that what you've been saying this whole time? About the woman? You said, she scares me. You've just said a lot of things about a woman. Is it the doll?
Evil.
You alright?
Did you hear that? Bro, that sounded like a man with a raspy voice said a whole sentence for like 3 seconds.
You alright? Whoa, wait a second. It's not just me. What if...
others?
Yeah, what if the entity... There's the entity that they've locked out or kept in.
Yeah.
But also this doll got moved in here with another attachment.
Pick me up.
Betrayal. Ooh, that gave me the chills. You want me to pick this doll up? Is that a good idea or a bad idea? I don't know. When did it say that?
You can.
Which one of us?
Young man.
That's freaky. I don't like that. Which one?
Should I? Lock in, baby. Excuse me, miss. May I pull you for a chat?
3, 2, 1.
I'd get out. Don't do it.
That's not good.
Did you? The REM pod went off the second you touched that.
The devil.
He's the devil that sent earlier. Are the ones that you're afraid of?
We watch over this place. I picked it up. I fucking picked it up.
The warfare.
Okay, now what? You want me to do something with this? Did you hear the whistle?
Mm-hmm.
I heard the whistle. Okay, you cannot harm me in any way. Just saying, alright? Here, peekaboo.
Is what you're afraid of an entity or a spirit that is attached to this doll? Is that how they got in this house?
Well, it's not human.
Inhuman. Weren't they telling us something about when they were first tearing this place apart? They had several psychics and mediums that walked through the building and said that there was something inhuman in nature. Yeah. What is it? Is it still here?
You're talking to it.
You're talking to it.
Oh, that was a gross answer.
Someone just whispered, stay back.
Stay back.
Is it getting closer?
Creepy.
Is it getting closer to us? Can that entity make a sound, please? No way.
Where did that just come from? Above?
That was either above or that back corner. You're closer, so if you say above, I'm gonna go with above. Is that who's on the 3rd floor and hit the ball down? Is there a man up there?
What about that light that you turned on yesterday? Can you do it again? Oh, imagine.
I would flip.
Yeah. Maybe you can show us another image. What we've been trying to find out is why.
Was it the back corner?
Yeah. We've been trying to find out why the people that lived here put the pennies in the windows and all through the house.
The cross in the basement.
And the shoes under the floorboards. Why? What were you trying to keep out? Or away? Or in?
Do you feel that?
Yeah.
It's
Just sudden shift?
not only that, I am like literally freezing right now.
Really?
I could feel it like a cold wind.
Someone's outside.
Is that why it said can't get in?
Coming in.
What? Did they blink? Did it move? You know, what's going on? Hello? Talk to me. It's kind of scary.
Are you ready?
Just laughed. Ha ha. Yeah, we're ready, but I mean, what for? Maybe you could tell us. You can't harm any of us. What were you pointing at? Please tell me.
To be honest, I don't really know why I did that.
What?
I don't know, I was pointing at the doll for some reason.
I'd hide.
From who? From what?
We're trying to find whatever's responsible for harming people, choking people. We want to know if that's why all of those things were placed in this house, and if it's really gone, or if it's still hiding here.
You don't really move. You're kind of stiff.
Lots of people say there's a battle happening here.
We're holding hands. Imagine.
The devil.
Is that what you believe was outside?
We know.
Science.
Science?
Whoa.
There's been people digging things up in the yard. Are they going to find out what this entity... Dude, Wyatt, something just twice in my ear.
Whoa.
Full-blown snaps.
That made me freeze up for some reason. I'm not like I could feel that, your energy when you did that.
Are they free? Did they already find it? Is it in the house? Remember, they found a lot of things in the yard.
Yeah.
Buried. Oh God, what if that is it?
One of the objects from the yard?
It's gotta be. It's gotta be something. Or they haven't found it yet.
Right. It seems as though there was a family here at one time that was tormented or afraid of something, and they put these things up for protection. Is it because of the land? A curse? That's where it came from?
It, get, want.
It get want. What does it want?
To come in.
No.
What would happen if it did make its way back inside? Can the spirits in this house tell us that?
No.
But all of the objects for protection were accidentally removed. They didn't know any better.
Why can't it get in now? Everything's gone. There's an entity that made the cross turn upside down. Are you talking about get inside the house? Or come in this room? This is what's confusing us.
Good point. We could be thinking too broad.
I think so. You know, just holding this apparent haunted doll.
How about this? The object that River is wearing over his eyes, you should be able to use your energy and project an image to him. Can you show him this entity or this object that's responsible for that negative energy?
This again. 6 children.
Yeah.
Behind you.
All of them? That's a lot.
Ew, dude, just think about it. Boom, 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 boom.
Excuse me, they could be boom, 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 boom behind you, not me. Never mind. Did you just hear that? Okay, listen. You guys are cool, right? We're chill. I mean, one of you had to have knocked the ball down the stairs. What about pulling my shirt?
Those lights are going crazy in the other room again.
Yeah. It's okay. Take your time. I reminisce here. Take your time. We don't have much more time here, though. I'm just letting you know that. Not trying to rush you. We are just trying to find out about all of those objects because the people here who have been trying to find information, we're trying to help them. We just want to see what you have to say and what information you know.
There's a woman dancing with the devil.
Shut.
Guys.
Did I not just ask them to show him 30 seconds ago? That's crazy.
It's clear as day. It's the devil, and he's holding this woman in a white dress. And they're dancing.
Bro.
Whoa.
Even just think of that old saying, you know, dancing with the devil. There could have been a woman here on this land at one period in time.
She's here to collect.
Whoa! It says copper. It says oh my god, I think I figured it out. Hello, I figured it out. Whoa, at one point in time there was a woman who lived here, right?
Yeah.
She made some sort of deal with the devil and protected the house to keep it from getting in because her contract was up.
Protection.
Like some witchcraft.
Yes, dude. Oh, I think we just figured it out. Oh, wow. I am chilled up. I think we just figured it out.
That is wild. Is that true? Is that where this curse came from? This darkness?
So something is here to collect.
That's why it would say, the woman scares me. I'm afraid of her. We kept getting female, female, female.
I did.
And then tonight, he's the devil. There is a demon here. Blah, blah, blah. You know, dude, that kind of makes sense.
You made a deal. Where is this woman? Is she here? The one that made the deal? You're the one who's in charge of all of this stuff being held inside this house and hidden just to make sure this entity didn't come inside and collect your soul. Your soul's still here, right?
What did she do it for?
No idea. What if it was Mary to bring her children back?
Dude.
Certain.
Okay,
Sure. Bad spirit.
certain bad spirit.
And sure. What kind of deal did you make?
That's what I'm saying, like for riches, wealth, you know, good luck. Like what River was theorizing, how there are certain stories about like farmers and people of that nature trying to make deals with things for good crops.
Did you just hear that well?
This region of the U.S. even dates far enough back for classic tales of witchcraft.
Yes.
I think Virginia is the oldest colony in America.
Yeah, that is incredible.
Was there someone that's why they don't like one of the volunteers?
Witchcraft.
Witch, she's a witch. Oh, dude, that gave me the chills.
Oh my god, me too.
Whoa, there's an old woman in a bed.
That bed?
I died right here.
Wait.
I wonder if it's an image.
Guys, wait. Earlier, before the devil and the woman dancing, I got an image of a ring. She's wearing the exact ring.
No way.
She is wearing the exact ring.
Oh my god. This is the woman. Mary! Is it Mary? Or is it somebody else? This is insane.
What is the ring?
Dude, this could date back well before Mary and the family and Sam.
Even this house, right?
Yes. Could.
Oh, guys.
My day.
There's a gate. It looks like a gate to heaven.
Earlier, my device said it.
It's a gate, but it has like this red circle with a yellow circle around it. Inside of both those circles is a black hole.
Hear me.
Maybe that's another representation of like a portal or a gateway?
It could be.
Like what he saw earlier, the first image?
So, what do you want? The woman.
What's the ring for?
Person. Do you need somebody so that you can leave here? Are you trying to attach yourself to somebody to get out of here?
Help.
You're worthless. Need help.
I'm bound.
Is what it told us at the end of night 1.
This is scary.
Useless.
What?
Because I felt like I needed...
Listen, I don't know if I can trust any of this. I can 100% pass the word on. We came here for this information and this is incredible. I just want to thank every spirit here that can hear my voice. I want to thank all of you. This is what we came here for. This is what we were looking for. Now we have some information. We don't necessarily know how far this dates back. This woman... Eliminate 3 times.
1970s.
No way, dude! Did it happen in 1970? Around then? Dude, remember I said we don't know when this exactly happened.
That's fairly recent. Ooh, maybe that's the pennies. All the protection stuff.
Wait, 1970. I'm beside you. This is crazy. Is that when it happened, though? What? The deal? Or is that when the pennies were put there? This is crazy.
This is intense. My brain is like scattered.
Wow. This is like really, really good information.
So you're still bound to this property, this house, the land, and you want to be free. Is that correct? The woman, I mean. That's who I'm speaking to.
We all are.
Did you hear that knock?
I did. Think about it. I think we got it twisted earlier. It said can't get in.
I feel very lonely.
It said the woman, angry, can't get in.
She scares me. You remember that?
Yeah.
What?
Angry.
Couldn't get in.
Oh!
That's when my device said heaven. He just had...
Whoa.
If she did some dirty deal,
She's not going to
she's
heaven.
not getting in.
But she's
She's
holding
stuck
out here until somebody can help her get up.
She's bound here, stuck here,
Batman.
because of that.
That whole room just lit up. This is crazy.
Also, I want to point out right above us is the room with the giant mirror where the scratches did happen, and that's where these sounds are coming from. Gateway, again.
Oh my god. Okay, you know what? I have not said this since we started the new series, but I'm not gonna lie, I think we might have to come back.
This is freaky.
Okay, again, I just want to say thank you. We are going to make our way out of here. I will tell somebody. There's going to be a lot of people here that can possibly help you. We will come back, though, and check in if you would like. I think we should pull them out. All right, we got enough information. I don't know how to handle that kind of thing because we've never gotten that to where somebody sells their soul and this entity is still waiting to this day outside. What happens if we help her make her way out and boom, something bad happens to either us or it does not help them at all?
Yeah, exactly.
I know that's not our, that's not what we know how to do. But we can come back and bring somebody who...
Picture.
Oh my god!
Whoa.
Okay, wow. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull River out.
Yeah.
And I think tonight, these 2 nights have been amazing. And I kind of have an idea on what maybe we could do. We might bring somebody back with us and see if they're capable of doing it. Is that what you... Yes, somebody was coming. Somebody was coming.
That was loud as...
I'm shaking. It's hard to show.
That was loud as...
Hey, go ahead and take everything off. Dude, we figured it out.
Also, that weird rustling movement sound that happened to Ryan literally just happened right next to us, and we both almost just shit our pants.
No way.
Yeah. Listen, we found out who the lake...
I might be tripping. That sounded like running.
Goodbye. Okay, check it out, dude. Real fast.
I already know what you're gonna say.
There's a woman that sold her soul for something. We don't know exactly what for.
That's exactly what I was thinking because I got the weird...
The woman dancing with the devil.
It was a legit devil.
Dude,
with the devil's tail and everything like that. They were dancing.
Lots of information that we've gathered throughout the 2 nights 100% explains a lot, dude. This woman is kind of bound here and she has trapped herself in here by doing the pennies or having somebody do it for her, right?
So here's kind of like what I gathered from the images that I was given. Not so many like audible words that I can actually hear. So I got a hallway. It was like very creepy. It looked like it was from a cathedral. It was super nice, high quality, I guess, right? Then I got a photo of a ring, and then the devil and the woman dancing. And then it seemed as if this woman was old and had this...
Punish.
No, just punish.
Earlier it said I was punished.
Oh my god.
She had this ring. It was the same ring, dude. It was just a photo of her in bed. She looked ill. So what if she made a deal to have like a family and a successful like farm?
We were literally just talking about that.
Right.
What would be the reason that she made the deal?
I mean,
Dude,
and then
that's
she
incredible.
died alone.
Also, get this, earlier when we were split up, remember it said can't get in?
Yeah.
My device said heaven.
You got shown
Gates. Gates. That, I mean, it kind of looked like heaven. I don't know.
So she was basically telling us that she's bound here, she's stuck here, and the kids have been trying to tell us since last night, right? Angry woman, she scares me, we're afraid of her. It said, earlier it said angry, can't get in, heaven. She was talking about she's fucking stuck here, being punished for the deal that she made.
Dude, she wants to hitch a ride with somebody and get out of here so this entity doesn't finish collecting her soul.
And we did get more information about like a male presence, a bad man, that does come and go, looking, said to collect.
Okay, I think we go ahead and call it. I think we should eventually, make a return. Bring somebody here who can see if they can help.
Cursed land.
See if they can help this woman get out of here.
This is batshit crazy.
I think for the 2 nights, dude, I think it's amazing.
There has to be like a reason why this entity can't get in. Like maybe because we were told that when they were digging, they found a lot of copper pennies in the yard.
Yeah, it's like someone was afraid of something.
What if they went so in depth that they just lined the whole house with copper pennies?
It did say,
Our device said copper.
No.
Yeah.
yeah,
This?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's more powerful than we know.
yeah, something was definitely done here. That's the reason why all of those ritualistic items were here, right?
Dude, that's insane.
Bro.
We didn't even
This
think
was like insane.
we didn't even think about like someone making a deal with the devil or doing some shit like that. But we were literally just told through the Estes and the images that you were shown that some witchcraft was performed here.
Right.
And there's even evidence of it in real life with the shit that they found in and around the house.
Dude, we're good, bro.
This is scary.
That's
dude.
amazing. Good job, dude. Good job, guys. All right, I think we're good. We can go ahead and end it. I'm happy with what we got. I think we should 100% make a return. Let's
I want to say one more thing. We don't know if, obviously, they made a deal with the actual devil, but, I mean, if this person's not letting her go to heaven or go towards...
Escalated.
Escalated.
Oh,
Or she's being punished.
Or she, like, go to the light. Maybe this is just what she's calling this entity or whoever.
true. That's totally possible.
But I'm just saying, I don't want anyone to be like, oh yeah, it's not the devil, like it's impossible. Maybe that's just how she sees this entity, as the devil.
This is weird. I agree with you though. This is like, it was so mysterious from the start. But there is, even though we think we're getting real close and we might have figured out why we're getting told woman, there's this angry energy that shows up and hurts people sometimes. We might have figured out a piece, but I feel like there's more.
If you guys are not subscribed to this channel yet, you keep finding yourselves coming back, make sure to hit the subscribe button. It is 100% free, and join the family. If you guys would like us to make a return, bring somebody here, get a little bit more information, and stay the night. Let's get this video to 60,000 likes. I know you guys can do it. And the reason why we ask you guys to like the video is because that just shows us that that's what you guys want. As soon as it happens, we'll make our way right back and kick some ass.
Also, if you guys can, give the Blue Ball Inn all the love from us. We are the Ghost Gang, so there's no way that we can't all show them some love.
Their links will be down in this video's description. So thank you guys for letting us come here and get some information.
Also, I stayed in the Red Room solo.
It's proud.
With all that being said, we love each and every one of you so much, and we will see you very soon.
Hey guys, welcome back to episode 4 of Twin Paranormal. When they came out, we're going through all of their evidence, and this one is going to be about the doll. There's these two right here, which are a big part of our family here at the Blue Ball Inn, Robbie and Tava. obviously you guys are probably familiar with them. They have a lot of experience with this doll, with the name and a lot of that, and I'm going to let them explain how this all came about. But this doll and another one came from my mom, actually, from a church. It was donated to a church. I'm not sure who donated to a church, but none of the kids wanted the dolls because they were scared of it. So it ended up here, and now we have some attachments or something with them. So I'm going to let them explain more about the doll and show you some evidence that we have with communicating with the doll as well. So here you guys go.
All right, so we'll kind of start off with the history of this doll kind of being in the house and kind of my experiences that kind of led up to us kind of further investigating what's going on with it. So I've been with the Blue Ball Inn for about 2 years now. When this doll was donated and brought into this room, when I was doing tours or paranormal investigation tours, this was the one doll in the entirety of this room that for some reason I just felt off about. It was one that always had this draw to it, but it was an overwhelming sense that came with it. I just knew that something was off. It always felt like it was kind of drawing me towards it, even though it was giving off this energy of intense emotion. So it's one of those things where I kind of just, put it by the wayside and, just kind of kept my distance from it. I had a lot of questions that got asked about whether or not, do you pick it up? And I, at that point, refused to do so. It wasn't until my paranormal investigation team actually came in. We were doing an investigation in this room. We got multiple names that came through, and we ended up capturing a piece of evidence that Joseph's going to show you guys, where we get a full-on response to me asking, do you want me to hold the doll? We were basically trying to get the spirit that we were communicating with to turn on these two flashlights that we have. Well, it would turn on one, but it wouldn't turn on the other. So I figured, you know what, I'm going to see if it is the spirit that's in the doll. If I kind of say, hey, do you want me to do it if it turns on the light? Well, sure enough, we get a full-on whisper in the camera that we had set up right behind us on the shelf right over here. And then immediately after the response happened, a light turned on a piece of furniture that we have sitting behind the camera here. So it was kind of just one of those solidifying moments for me where I was like, okay, there's clearly something going on. And I'm going to reach out to Tava at this point and be like, hey, we need to do a little bit more communication to kind of figure out what's going on with this doll. Tava has done multiple sittings and communication sessions with this doll, and we have found out so much information to the point where Twin Paranormal kind of validated some of it, for us. And I will let Tava kind of talk about the communications that we've had.
So, hi everybody. Robbie reached out to me and said that the team that he was a part of had a name, but that he didn't want to tell me the name, so we would see if I got the same information. And I was aware of the doll previously. Back in November, I was leading a few people around on a tour of the house just as the sun was going down. And I came up the back staircase into this room and turned and saw the doll on the opposite side of the room, and its face was moving. And I stopped in my tracks and thought, okay, it's a trick of the light. Maybe I need a sandwich. It's been a long day. And I ended up crossing the room to look closer at the doll. And I think I actually said out loud, what are you doing? And when I got really close to the doll, the features resolved themselves. And I was intimidated enough that I didn't say anything about it to the other people on the tour until we were on the opposite side of the house. And then I said, anybody notice anything odd about that doll in the other room? The features moving has happened on multiple occasions now. And I also started to notice that as I was walking people through the house, whenever we would come through this room, no one in the group could ever really seem to look directly at the doll. Between November and the springtime, the presence got stronger and stronger to the point where you could come up the front staircase and get into the room next to this one and feel that there was somebody in this room. And I started noticing that when I was walking people around doing a history of the house, people would kind of bolt through this room. They would, wherever Joseph had recently put the doll, they would look in the opposite direction out of instinct. The doll was becoming an overwhelming presence here on the second floor. So when Robbie contacted me and said, we think we have a name and I don't want to tell you anything else. Can you come and talk to the doll? I thought, oh God, right? Because I do work with dolls, but this one is strong. So I was out here for an archaeology dig one day, and my plan was to come upstairs and try to reach out and communicate with an unembodied entity that might be attached to the doll after archaeology. But I was intimidated enough. First off, I had brought a ton of protection, everything from stones to bells to blessing water. I mean, you name it, I had it with me. But I was still intimidated enough that I actually asked the other volunteers on the dig if they wouldn't mind if I went upstairs a little bit early so that there'd be someone else in the house with me during the time that I was trying to communicate with the doll. And when I did come upstairs, the first thing that happened, I work a lot with automatic writing, and I sat down, and at first I could not look at the doll, and all the doll would say to me is, pick me up, pick me up, pick me up, pick me up, touch me, touch me, touch me, touch me, pick me up. And I thought, I'm not that stupid. But as time went on and we were at a point where all the doll would say was a list of demands, pick me up, touch me, hold me, and I wasn't getting anything, I really wanted to find out the information for Robbie. And I had a volunteer in the next room keeping an eye on things who has medical training. And I had another younger volunteer who was sitting at the table with me. And I remember looking at him and saying, I'm about to do something profoundly stupid. And I went into the other room and I took a pillowcase off one of the pillows so that there would be a little bit of a barrier between me and the doll. And I picked the doll up and brought it over to the table. And as long as I was still holding the doll at an arm's length, it wanted to be close, 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 close. And so begrudgingly, I finally held the doll in my arms like a baby. And at that point, the information started coming quick. I found out that the doll was very interested in Robbie. I was definitely a second-class citizen in this endeavor. And that Robbie reminded the entity attached to the doll of someone that they knew. He looked like someone. And the doll also, I got a name. At first it was like a long list of L, but eventually the name resolved itself into Louise. And I also had the name Macmillan. Robbie came by shortly after that. And as soon as Robbie crossed the threshold downstairs, I was chopped liver. All the doll wanted was put me in his arms, put me in his arms, put me in his arms. He wanted to go down to the ground floor. He's definitely a forceful personality. He is used to having other people do his bidding. He made it known that the other dolls in the room worked for him. He insisted that the house was his, and that, and he is also definitely not contained to the doll. He's attached to the doll, but he can move around the space and thinks of this as his room. He has very strong opinions on the other entities in the house, and he also, he can touch. If you ring a bell, that seems to dissipate his energy and he gets upset. But he can touch, especially if you are female and you are his type. And we could talk more about that. But Macmillan at this point has become popular enough in this house that when I teach classes here, I will warn women who are curvier and have a certain voluptuousness to them to enter this room with caution because they will get touched. Consent does not seem to be on Macmillan's, does not seem to be on Macmillan's game board, so to speak. And a lot of times when I tell people that, they go, okay, fine. And then they come walking out of the room later, eyes wide, going, oh boy, yeah. So that's a little bit of the history, and we can dive down more into, Robbie, whatever pieces you think might be good.
Yeah, so we'll kind of talk about Macmillan and his, I don't want to call it obsession, but his obsession with me. After kind of coming into the room, Tava made it very clear, like she said, that the minute I crossed the threshold of the house, she became chopped liver at that point, that all focus went on to me. And at that point, that's when the questions started to get asked, like, why is this connection? Why is this, the person that you're so infatuated with? And when he had mentioned, I know of his people, I think is what he had said specifically.
I know his people.
I sat in the corner in the rocking chair while this was all going on, and I decided to pull out my phone and kind of start delving into the last name Macmillan and tying it to my last name. So my last name is Campbell. The Campbell side of my family are Scottish-Irish descent. And after further investigation, the Macmillans and the Campbells have a very, very long and tedious history together in Scotland. Everything from marriages to battles to betrayals to fights over property. They were very, very intertangled in old Scotland, during that time period. So it's very, very possible that Macmillan is potentially related to me or knew of a relative, and that's why I look familiar to him. So that's kind of amplified things. We've also come across other Campbells that have come into the house unknowingly. And once we find out that they're Campbells, they tend to have very interesting nights in this room as well. So it's definitely a bloodline thing. I think that's pretty solidified at that point. But yeah, so it's been interesting, because there was this obsession with me, and I'm like, well, why? What's going on here? So after doing that research, we kind of had some clarity, which kind of opened up some more doorways for us with him, and he, I feel, became a little bit more comfortable expressing himself to other people without me being around. But I also make sure that when I'm in the house that I address that I'm here with him, and that kind of stuff. He has, I feel, become a lot more comfortable with Joseph as well, and speaking to him. But yeah.
I think it's really interesting when we look at Macmillan's personality. When I got the name Macmillan, I didn't know anything about Robbie's history or his family tree. And when I said, I just get this name Macmillan, he said, oh my God, that's the second most popular name in my family tree. And it was really interesting to hear that the information that had come through of, I know his people, that there was a history there, was, and I had no way of knowing that there was this validation there. Macmillan has an extremely forceful personality. Robbie, you actually got pinched that day, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. When Robbie came into the house, I said that he really wants you to pick up the doll. And Robbie said, I'm not going to do that. And then got pinched.
Yeah.
Macmillan will, often there is, like when I sit down to try to talk to him, and we've noticed this with other people, a lot of times there's an animosity, especially if the spirit communicator who is reaching out to him is female. He has said things like, why is the woman talking? Or, I want to speak to the men alone. He also demands that he deserves a throne, not a box. He's always trying to make trades or deals. So for example, this morning we're sitting down here and he's starting with his pick me up, pick me up, pick me up, pick me up. Macmillan seems to be able to experience touch through how we hold the doll. He will argue with you. He will demand to be taken to the ground floor because there are more people. He's really excited about the fact that we're making this video because at one point he had said to Joseph, people will come here to see me, and wanted to know all about what the contraptions were that Joseph had. We believe that the last time the spirit that is attached to this doll was incarnated was several hundred years ago. We have done multiple conversations where we talked about Scottish history. The doll will indicate that it knows of certain locations and castles that were built at the time that we believe that this entity was around, but he seemed completely ignorant of more recent Scottish history. Anything from like the late 1700s forward did not seem to register with him. But when we did talk about things happening in the country that were sad during those times, the doll did express sorrow. The name Louise that we got at first, the first conversation that I had, I thought that perhaps the doll had been owned by a young girl named Louise and that Louise was sort of a residual energy in the doll. I now, through some more updated information that we've been getting, and the longer I work with the doll, I now believe that it wasn't that Louise was somebody that Macmillan didn't know. I now think the name Louise may have actually come through him. That's either it's someone he has encountered in his travels. I don't know that this doll was in fact ever owned for a long period of time by anybody. And it is sort of, it is an odd, I can hear you. Robbie really wants you to hold him. Would you mind?
Yeah.
Just because it's hard for me to talk
You
while
want to grab
he's.
the box while I grab
Yeah.
Good.
Macmillan, ooh, there we go. Sorry about that.
No worries.
There we go. Much better. Thank you. Macmillan really does seem to feed off of the energy of people holding the doll. I will tell you, so unfortunately when I was first working with the doll, it also seemed that he liked a quick hit of sort of fast food energy off of jump scares. He would pinch, he would do things while I was holding the doll, where I would say things like, "Are you happy now?" And he would say very menacing things like, "I have you, I have you." He would also, the face would change or move, one of the hands would move. And there was a particular instance where I had him close where the mouth opened a bit and there were like teeth. And it scared me enough that I almost put the doll down. And you can almost hear him. It's almost like he's going through the drive-thru at McDonald's to get like a sweet little energy rush from kind of scaring somebody. Like I think people's fear is sort of like getting a Big Mac and an order of fries. We have done some experimentation to see if there might be another way that we can feed him energetically as well. One of our archaeology volunteers brought in a little stereo system. We know from other workings in the house that there are several things the spirits in here like to sort of feed off of energetically, and one of them is music. It's one of the best ones, the most satisfying ones that we have. So we had an archaeology volunteer who came one day with a little stereo system, and she said, "I've brought a bunch of classical music and Scottish folk music." And so we came upstairs, and we came up that morning, and Taryn was actually with us, and she was like, "Oh my God, it's really intense up here." And we had a younger volunteer who came up the stairs, who the presence of Macmillan was so strong, and there were actually, like, she could feel hands on her neck and chest, that she had to go outside and calm down because we were entering panic attack territory. So we knew he was really strong in here. We set up the stereo system and we were playing classical music. up here. We went back downstairs to clean artifacts in the kitchen. And at one point, the people that I were working with went out back, and I was sitting in the kitchen alone, and I could hear someone humming up here. And I was like, oh, I hope that's him. I hope that's him. And it was actually it was weird because it was July, but the classical music station was playing an old Christmas carol. I think it might have been Ode to Joy, I can't remember, but there was definitely humming. When we came up the stairs at the end of the dig to retrieve the sound system, it was like McMillan wasn't even in the room. Taryn came up and said, oh my God, where'd he go? Like, it's so much better. And so it seems like a lot of his intensity is he's wanting energy, but music does seem to calm that down a little bit. And we have found that if he is actively touching someone, ringing a bell, it dissipates the energy, so he has trouble materializing, I think, but it also kind of ticks him off. So we try to avoid doing that. But yeah, anything else you would like? He's very happy right now. Very happy.
The happy accident too.
Yeah.
Because we asked it about, is it happy about being here and all that, and it was talking about being being here was a happy accident.
Yes, it was a happy accident that I believe that just from witnessing other people work with McMillan, I will tell you, we have a volunteer here named Kathy, and she is just this wonderful, loving presence. And as soon as McMillan saw Kathy, he really wanted her to hold him. And she did, and she's like, oh, I think he's just misunderstood. And it was so funny, like as soon as she picked him up and put him in her arms, it was like the room went from this antagonistic thing to it was like suddenly everything was dipped in melted butter. And everything just went, ugh. And then I'm sitting there, and her husband's in the room. And the doll, I'm writing down everything the doll says, and the doll is saying, I will go home with you. I will lie in your bed. And I'm like, I can't say this out loud, or this doll is going to get dismembered by her husband. But we definitely have seen McMillan enjoys the attention of women quite a bit. We asked him if he's aware of the children's spirits on the 3rd floor. He is aware, but declares that he does not like children and they do not belong in the same room with him. He also seems very aware of other presences on the 2nd floor and declares that they are not welcome in this room. It's his room. But there are several other dolls and puppets in this space that we think have energies attached to them. And McMillan said that they worked for him. And I said, do you care about them? And he said, I care about the work. I will tell you that when Joseph moved McMillan from the corner where the other dolls are over to a space of his own, the other dolls seemed much less in distress. None of them have verbally tried to communicate with me, and I haven't heard of them doing it with anybody else. But he definitely rules the roost and would very much like to be taken down to the 1st floor, so where there's more activity and more people that he can manipulate.
Interact. We'll say interact with.
Interact. There is a chance that McMillan's first name is James or Jamie. But he is definitely a strong presence, and at one point actually told us he wished to be addressed as Laird or Lord McMillan.
Yeah, I was trying to get the first name.
Yeah, just Sir, that sort of thing. Yeah. But definitely an affection, sometimes a strong affection, sometimes a strong negative reaction if you are related to the Campbells. But the emotion really goes up much higher.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, that's McMillan in a nutshell.
It is Macmillan in a nutshell. We're finding out more. Like I said, Macmillan is very transactional. And so before we began today, was asking to be held in trade for telling his story, and also very much would love for you to come and visit him. We apologize if there's a jump scare or a little groping. Maybe sing a little or hum a little tune when you come up to pay your respects to the Laird on the second floor of the Blue Ball in 1747.
Drag it around by the hair. First thing you do.
I don't want to do it, but do you want me to hold the doll?
That's right. Come on.